As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.
I'm fairly confident that I could show this image to the entire world. And I think they picked the girl on the left as more attractive.
Really?
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Did she just say really? Because it's clear as day that the girl on the left is way more attractive than the girl on the right. And that's not even a question.
And so this would point to, again, beauty is subjective, but not purely subjective, because there would be universality in people picking the woman on the left versus the woman on the right. It's possible somebody might pick the woman on the right. I'm not going to say it's 100%. Everybody in the world would pick the woman on the left. But I don't know. Does anybody disagree?
I don't see the problem with the woman on the right.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!
Is the person on the right a woman?
Oh, okay.
She was ugly as fuck. That girl on the left was way better. Her body was nicer and her face, and she was younger looking. So we could be honest.
Oh, younger looking.
But she's somebody's
She
type.
was younger.
Huh?
Like,
I'm surprised she gave such a base take. The whole show, she was not keeping it real at all.
the other lady is somebody's type. Somebody's gonna find her like a 10 out of 10.
Hell yeah.
Well,
The other woman, I don't know. Maybe
Statistically, they're going to pick the one on the left.
Right.
But we're not scientists.
Yeah. All of this beauty in the eyes of the beholder shit. That should be wrong as fuck. That bitch was bad. The one on the right was ugly.
Can pull it up again, maybe real quick.
Yeah, she cute.
Yeah. By the way, like we were talking about like cultural differences, and I agree there are cultural differences, like in Asia or in Europe or in Latin America, whatever it is. But like certain traits like symmetry, health indicators, proportionality, they're consistently preferred.
Right. Yeah, because even in Latin America, the lighter you are, the more better looking you are. So
or
even that woman on the right,
across cultures, larger lips, like full lips. Across cultures is deemed as more attractive.
It's like
in Asia, in
Asia, no.
No, you disagree?
It's deemed as what?
Korea, no.
In Korea?
I mean, I don't speak for them, but apparently no.
Oh,
they like
lips.
Yeah, like
in Korea, you want small, thin.
Well, but I'm pretty sure even lips.
But still, yeah.
In Korea, they
okay, let's say the black girl, she dressed up with like the same outfit as the other one, and she did her hair. Like the lighting really didn't hit her face. Can you even see like half of her face? And she has a nice smile. She's not ugly. Like I feel like we're judging her based of like what other people. I don't know.
Yo,
guys, remember she does OF, so she doesn't have the greatest judgment.
Get this girl some glasses prescription or something, bro. You gotta get linked up with
Was it 7?
You got.
I also think like we were kind of talking about.
Pull it. Wait. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. The outfit is the problem?
A little bit. Like I feel like
I think that outfit looks good on her. That's more flattering than what
Is it
if
the
she was going to
lighting?
wear
What's wrong
on the
with the
left.
lighting?
you can even see half of her face.
Can we zoom in?
Like look at it.
Yeah, we can zoom in.
Well, the sun is angled on the left, so it is shadowing
you know
her
what?
face.
Yeah, let's be charitable. The lighting is
At the
way
end of the
better.
day, the way you're judging this person is the way you judge yourself. So,
Exactly.
Same. I agree.
yeah, like
And also she's beautiful.
Do you think there's anything we can know with common sense, not having to just prove it? Like, you don't have to go and everyone knows, like, the sky is blue. You don't have to check someone's parts to know, for the most part, that they're a woman when you see them. Like, that's just common sense. There are things we should just be able to look at that picture and not to degrade the woman on the right, but just objectively, yes, she.
Well, common sense is not too common nowadays. Since modern women hate generalities, everything is subjective because they don't want to judge.
Is less attractive. I don't understand why we have to
it's a matter
prove
of fact.
all these things with science and statistics. Like you can still come to knowledge with just common sense, that things we all just know to be true.
But common sense isn't common anymore. That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She might be attractive to people where she lives, because if she wasn't, then there wouldn't be a million other people who look like her. So beauty is subjective. We're looking at it through a Western lens. We are seeing a Caucasian woman and a dark-skinned Aboriginal woman, and we're judging them based on that.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
If you go back to like kind of what I was
Felicity,
I'm sorry.
I'm just saying that like what I wanted to say is that I think like ideally across cultures, like what defines beauty and what makes that, it's like attraction of a man to a woman. And for what? For mating. And when is a woman in her prime? She's young. She, is probably in her 20s, 30s, whatever, right? Like there's certain features that can make that attraction easier. And I think at the end of the day, like those have just been passed down as what we find attractive overall in culture across the board in the world. Yes, there are outliers, and she could be like the best mom or whatever, and that can make her 10 out of 10 or to her husband. So I just am saying that there's differences, but at the end of the day, it also goes back to what is the physical attraction for. And I think it is just like basically saying that like women in their prime, which is like their time to have babies, is like what I think beauty kind of was built around.
Well, and also like think about art. Like compare the Notre Dame Cathedral to like a hut on the side of the road. Which one is more beautiful? Like objectively, there is an answer.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
We all know it to be true. You don't have to have a scientific study to say that a Gothic cathedral is more beautiful than like
a mud hut.
Okay, I get your point, but like there's
have to say it if you're
objectivity
looking
in
at a
beauty.
Gothic cathedral versus like minimalist architecture. You're comparing apples to oranges. If you want to compare two things of beauty, let's take the Sistine Chapel and then take the other one. That is a comparison of two pieces of art.
Well, you just picked two beautiful things. Like the
yes,
Sistine
but they're
Chapel.
differently beautiful.
I'm sorry, but there wasn't two good-looking girls in that picture. Just one.
Are they not? I mean,
you're
do
saying
they look
that
exactly the same?
No, they don't.
No, they
but
don't.
those can both be beautiful.
Right.
Yes.
So can mud huts.
That's our point.
We trying too hard to be woke. It's either ugly or pretty. That's
No way,
simple.
that's just common sense.
Yeah, that's simple
Wait.
because you can't base somebody's looks off of because of the lighting and this and that, bro. It's in your face.
And
That
when you get
woman is
older,
not
you
attractive.
just become less
Exactly,
attractive.
and
It's
that's
just
normal
how it
for
is.
women. You
That's
know, we
just how it
age
is.
out. So that's
Not
why
being
take care of yourself while you can.
I mean, look at Salma Hayek, for example. She's beautiful.
But she's
The lady in blue is always going to the outlier extreme case. Is the average woman Salma Hayek?
still aged, so it's obvious she look good for her age, but she don't look like no 20-year-old no more, and that's okay. That is okay. If she's an old woman who still looks good, that's what matters. But that lady was old and she was not attractive. We don't gotta, break it down, the lighting and this and that. Like it's simple. She was not attractive. The one on the left was. It don't gotta be this woke Prado, whatever the hell Luke is talking about.
Oh, it's that Lucas guy again. It's the Lucas guy that you like his face.
Woke Prado.
Yeah,
the one where you said he's ugly.
Woke prattle indeed. The whole show was a big virtue signal.
Let's dispense the woke Prado, correct?
Oh my god.
Okay, guys, can I speak now?
Brutalist architecture, yes.
Yeah, please do.
I was trying to say that, like, imagine looking more like the one on the right, and then now you're saying, oh, that lady is ugly. Like, you know what I mean? So many people look more like her. Like, a lot of us don't look like the beauty center, and we are constantly chasing something that is not even real. People are getting like things done to look more attractive, but like, who cares? Like, everybody's pretty. Like, you guys are all pretty.
As I said, virtue signaling at an all-time high. I can't take none of them seriously.
And the two girls are pretty by like their own thing. You know what I mean? It's not about being woke. It's about like, why are you judging them? And you're also judging yourself because you guys give yourself like your own rating, right?
I believe that everybody is, how they look. It's pretty people and it's ugly people, but it's all about your confidence. That's what matters the most. Because when you're confident, can't nobody tell you nothing.
True.
So rock that shit.
Well, and it's not saying that they're not valuable as humans to point out that they're less objectively attractive. And that's okay. And like, I think one of the comments too about like beauty being objective, like there's this, not to get too like philosophical, but like Greek thought of truth, goodness, and beauty are these transcendental truths that they just are, they're objective. truth, goodness, and beauty. For most of human history, that was an understanding. And only in the past couple, I don't know, decades, 100 years,
With
are we
all
like,
this,
okay, now you have to
yeah.
prove everything that this is less beautiful. Everyone knows like the Mona Lisa is more beautiful than like what a 2-year-old draws. It can be, you can still find it to be like cute and beautiful in a certain way, but one is clearly objectively less beautiful.
I agree, because if we boil it down to basic human nature, let's take away all this modern shit. People in the wilderness, you wanted to procreate with the finest piece of specimen to create another fine piece of specimen. That's just natural. That's just human nature, because you wouldn't want to recreate with somebody that is, mentally retarded. You don't want to do that, because what does that mean for your own, line or your
like
own
skinny pale
genes?
guys.
Correct. You want to create something that is beautiful, and you're not going to go for something that is ugly if you want to create something that is beautiful. That's just humans.
Okay, first of all, the beauty standard has changed so much over time. Like if you look up like, I don't know, 1,000 years ago, what was the beauty standard? Like I don't want to speak like factually because I don't know shit, but like I'm saying, like.
You serious?
Did I just hear that right? She says she doesn't want to speak factual because she doesn't know a lot of shit, but she's about to say some shit anyways. Let's take a look.
Used to be like people that were ugly and big used to be considered more attractive because it meant that they have food at home or whatever, like they were healthier. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're saying.
There's certainly like levels of culture that change niches or like specific parts of preferences. But in general, I think most of us can look at something and just say which one is objectively prettier or more beautiful.
Correct. You don't got to get into deep semantics about it.
I don't think it's woke to say. I don't think that it's woke for a person to say, "Hey, there's two women. I'm not going to compare two women to each other." I don't feel like it's. I think it's in bad taste to compare people, especially other women. For me to sit here and say that one's prettier than that one. What if either one of them was watching it right now and they were hurt by this? I'm not going to compare women to one another. But
So essentially, feelings over facts, we can't have an honest conversation.
if you want to, I understand that. I just feel like it might go against your religious statements that you've made.
Like my beauty doesn't take
No
away from
need to
your
go
beauty.
for her religious statements because she's backing up her claims. If somebody is less attractive, what do you think woke is?
Two individuals there. I'm speaking just in general about beauty being an objective thing. And this is not about judging someone's worth. Everyone is made in the image of God, and your beauty doesn't define your value as a person.
We all just sat here and said that we were going to decide who the entire world would deem more
Correct, and that's all we talked about. It was the most basic question. Who looked better? That was simple. It was a simple question. And you being woke by, lengthening the conversation by explaining beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Fuck that. That lady was unattractive. It's that simple. You don't got to complicate it. Now there we go with the semantics. Like she was unattractive.
So you actually think you're as pretty as Megan Fox?
Huh?
You actually think you're a pretty as Megan Fox?
Oh yeah.
What?
How? Hold on, bro. How?
Because
My
I think you
confidence is
believe
up there.
that,
Yeah.
and that's you. I trust you. Like I was saying, yeah. Like I put my hand up. I feel like I was one of the two people that did.
Okay.
But that's your opinion, and I like.
It's not an opinion when it's right in your face.
It's not.
Y'all gotta stop trying to confuse or misconstrue opinion with facts. That lady was unattractive. It's that simple. You don't gotta be so, heartfelt with it, or what do you call it?
Dishonest.
Apologetic. Stop the apologetic shit. That
I think it's fair to say that I won't compare two women to each other, and I don't think it's my place to decide what the world thinks is beautiful. Maybe I think differently than other people do. Yes, we discussed ageism, and we discussed like older people being less attractive. Then there wouldn't be granny porn.
Nasty bitch.
Would there? Okay, so there's people out there who like different strokes for different folks.
Some like Pepsi and some like Coke. Hey, now.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, it's just a difference of opinion, not truly a fact. No,
But that's not opinion though. It's just a fact. Like
I think
when
we can
you're
really
less
see-
attractive, you're
That's a
ugly.
fact to you.
That's simple.
But it's funny that you're having this opinion, and I'm thinking back to the beginning of the show when Brian asked us our ages, and then it's there's opinions and facts, and it's like if you don't want to say your age,
that's smearing the conversation because I told him a fact, my age.
Right. I'm just saying it's just funny hearing these opinions coming from you.
But I'm not talking about
when
opinions. I'm
sometimes
talking about
I heard them
facts.
coming from Brian too.
But I told him a fact. What does anything have to do with my opinion? That was a fact. So
Right.
what are we talking about?
Nothing.
Because we
Earlier
can't
you didn't wanna say
misconstrue
your
the
age.
conversation.
No, I'm not misconstruing.
I
it. I'm
didn't
just
say my
thinking-
age,
Okay.
but that's not an opinion. That was a fact. And I
Okay,
told her
let's
my
show.
age, which
If you look closely, you can see why women don't tell each other the truth. Because when confronted, feelings get hurt quick and violence might ensue.
was a fact.
Right.
Keep going.
I don't
You guys are
know.
good.
It's all good.
So are we smearing the conversation or are we staying on point? Because we was talking
Yeah,
about
I'm
basic
just,
shit.
like,
Hey, keep going, Karen.
It's just.
Sorry.
I'm Karen. I know it's confusing with all of us sitting here. It's just don't take this the wrong way, but because we are all friends before this, I guess. But it's ironic sitting here and like hearing like Brian talking to you about simple questions that are facts, and then hearing you run around the circle with it, and then now we're talking about something and you're saying it was just a fact. It's just interesting that we heard from Brian earlier about like it was literally just like whatever he was telling you earlier was like what you're saying now.
Gotcha, bitch.
It's true. The white girl's got a point. The dark-skinned girl was just as delusional as the light-skinned girl earlier on in the show when they were discussing body count. It is a contradiction.
And so it's like I just am confused why it was confusing for you earlier.
Okay, so when I told Brian my actual age, was that an opinion or was it a fact?
I'm hoping it was a fact.
You're hoping it was a fact, or do you want to know that it was a fact or it was an opinion, or are you just not trying to admit that it was an actual fact when I said it?
I am just saying. I'm not
all you
even
got to do
talking
is
about
answer the
your
question.
age.
It's a simple question. Was it a fact or was it opinion when I told him my age?
I'm assuming you told him the truth, so it's a fact.
Thank you.
I don't need
That's
to see
it.
a driver's license.
That's it. I'm talking about facts. I'm not
Right.
talking about opinions.
So if you're talking, right. So it's just,
No,
I don't
I'm
know.
with you. That makes sense what you're saying. I get you.
No, women, y'all are smearing the conversation. We not staying on point. What we were talking about was the basic level of attractiveness or not. All it is, well, if the lighting was good, if she did lose weight, if her hair was tied up, if she had on a different top. No, nobody asked all that. It was a simple question. And I answered the question.
I mean, every single one of us, when we walked in, we all judged each other, whether it was good or bad. It isn't.
Like, y'all didn't mind calling me pretty, but y'all mind calling somebody ugly. Why is that?
Because it makes them feel bad.
Okay.
It makes ourselves feel bad.
So does it make them feel bad, or is it just the truth? And sometimes people can't handle the truth.
About things that
Well,
I
that's
say.
true,
I know
too.
what I feel and I say what I feel. So me saying that I won't compare those two women is simply based on my character. That's a thing.
It has
that's
nothing to do
important
with your
me.
character if you call
For me,
somebody
it is.
unattractive.
It's part of how
I
I
guess-
view this world, and I don't want to compare two women. Yes, I'll judge myself all day long, but I'm not about to judge other women. For what? What does it get me? I gain nothing out of it. I think I don't know.
I think we were just objectively talking about beauty, and that's why it came up. I don't think any of us would be sitting here judging that picture if it wasn't brought up in conversation.
Right, yeah.
So,
Well, did you observe anyone's features when you walked in, like anyone's outfits or whatever? That's judgment.
That's
in a way.
natural for girls. We always sizing each other up and looking each
We
other
dress for
and
girls.
looking for
We
looks.
don't dress for
Correct.
men. We dress
Exactly.
for other women.
I dress for men. I don't know about y'all, but I dress for men and women.
yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I think the point you're making is probably like we all make judgments.
Correct.
Yeah,
And
everyone does.
like you can't escape, you can't have a world in which we don't
Right.
make judgments. And so yes, you can be charitable in those and try to treat everyone with respect, but it doesn't mean that we're not judging them. And that's not inherently bad.
How I judge them is important, though. So I could judge somebody in my head, but I don't say it out loud because it would be hurtful to them. And not because I want to, be gentle or easy, just because I choose not to emotionally devastate someone else.
So by definition, you're being gentle and easy. Am I missing something?
I feel like we can see who is really beautiful inside and outside from the way they speak about other people.
Yeah, that's a judgment.
Yeah.
That's an opinion.
But is it a fact?
My
We're never gonna know what a fact is. We're never gonna know.
Is there proof on that? Can you pull it up?
Y'all all are
fit
hoes
where?
and don't. We're not. We didn't say that we don't respect what we do.
Right.
You heard her give
Is
a
she
perspective
trifling?
on
If the shoe fit
on,
where?
conservatism.
Anna, is
that
she
has nothing
trifling?
to do with me or the price and rights in China. So
Price and
leave
Rights
us
in
out of
China.
Now
it.
we smearing the
Leave us out of
conversation.
it.
Now we smearing the
We didn't-
conversation.
I feel like
let's
we
not
need
bring-
to let other
let's not
people
bring
talk,
China into this.
honestly.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell y'all.
Is
Too
she-
late to send
Anna,
pictures of my feet.
Don't do that.
Never too late.
No.
Never too late.
Well,
Do it.
God damn it.
Do it
You
if
should
want
do
to.
videos of you like crunching cake, like
Wait, Anna.
request videos,
Anna, is she
like that kind
trifling?
of stuff.
Is she
I think she's
trifling?
argumentative.
I'm
You're
not
trifling.
arguing. I'm just having a conversation.
Yeah,
Now you
trifling.
getting offended is not me being
I'm not
argumentative.
offended. I just know an
Yeah.
argument. Yeah.
Madam,
Well,
Austin,
you weren't.
Texas.
You're not proving your
Austin,
point. If you're
Texas,
not,
you're
I
trifling.
don't need to prove my
I'm
point.
from.
I think they're both trifling and unruly. They're bound to butt heads.
He's
That's
from
Austin,
Texas.
Texas.
He is
Austin,
literally
Texas.
asking
Well, all I'm
us.
saying is if you're gonna have an opinion, back it up. That's all I'm here
That's
to do
your
too.
opinion. You just had an
So you
opinion
can't say
about
I'm
us being-
argumentative if all I'm trying to do is have a conversation. If you can't prove your point, that's your fault,
speaks
not
loud
mine.
and
What
a
was
lot.
the point we needed to prove?
He asked us, do we agree with her that we are hosts? We don't agree.
We
That's
don't
what we're
care.
saying.
Wait,
I
we
wasn't
don't
arguing
care
with you
about
when you
your
called us
little-
That's
hosts.
all
A
that's
little more
happening.
Cubana.
But
See,
you,
yeah,
but
they
you,
know,
but
okay,
you
got
post
it.
your ass online.
I do, and I'm
We don't
proud.
care
Like,
about your
I
Okay, then
opinion.
say it. So say
Bitch,
it.
I
saying
said
right
it. Like, I
now.
never said wasn't.
Okay, then you don't got to get
He-
offended. All
I'm
I'm
not
saying
offended.
is
He asked-
you're offended by how you
she's
acting
not.
right now.
She's not offended.
because
She said
you
she-
keep speaking loudly
hoes don't
and
be
saying
ashamed.
y'all.
It ain't
Bitch, I
nothing
never
wrong
said I
with
wasn't
OnlyFans.
proud.
Your opinion.
I never said I wasn't proud. How do you think I paid for the trip here?
No, that's good for you, baby girl. But all I'm saying is if you're going to be on OnlyFans, be proud to do it.
Guys,
don't be
follow me.
ashamed.
It's
None of us
Leah,
said
your
we weren't
princessa,
proud.
Instagram,
Well, y'all
and
not
I do
acting
show.
like it.
So, like,
all I'm saying
how
is
are
y'all
we
not
acting like
acting
it?
like
I was never like,
Yeah, that energy don't lie. It
How are
don't.
we acting like we're
Energy.
not?
She's right. You guys are not proud about it. The energy you're giving off is defensive, and it's undeniable.
Don't lie.
I don't
Because
know.
at first
She's
it's
calling you
okay
a
to
hoe.
do OnlyFans. Oh yeah, I'm a hoe, baby.
what
I'm
did
the
you
best
say?
hoe. I'm the classiest one too.
What did you
the
say?
fuck?
And
But
I'm a valuable woman. That's what I am.
She's calling you a hoe.
She wasn't
don't
saying me
care
because I'm not a
about
hoe.
it.
I just she
She
said
says you got
OF.
OF though. You got OF. So
She said
that makes
this OF
but she
hoes.
thinks that makes you a hoe.
But that's her
Yeah.
opinion.
A hoe
I think
for
she's
sure.
a
I don't
hoe.
think
Doesn't she
that
don't
is-
even remember how many people she slept with?
But the thing is,
Yeah, I
the thing
think
is,
that you
if
want
you
to be-
now we going
That's a
back
good
to the
point.
conversation. Now
That's a
you a
good
virgin,
point.
but you stick fingers up the coochie. So now we all over the place. If you gonna go that route,
Yeah, but
if you
okay.
gonna go that route,
I
then we
mean,
can be all over the place.
If
But
you
what we
slept
gonna
with
do
all
is
these
stick to the
people,
topic.
then that, I mean, why didn't you get paid for it is crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All I'm saying is you said you don't do this, you don't do that on OnlyFans. Like it's something wrong with it. But now it's nothing
Nobody
wrong
said-
with it.
nobody
But
said-
if
wait,
it was
wait,
nothing
wait.
wrong with it, then you would have
there's
been
nothing wrong
doing
with
it.
it. I just choose not to do it. But if you're going to be having sex with all these people, polyamorous people, and you think that there's nothing wrong with sleeping with multiple people, but you're really gaining nothing out of it, who's the real hoe? You
Who's
know what I
who's
mean?
not gaining nothing out of it? Because I know if I set a standard and I
Come
said
at me, I'm
if
coming
I
back.
if
And who
I
is
ask
the
somebody
hoe?
to
Who
do
is
something,
the
they
hoe
can
here,
rise
though?
to the. Am I gonna
Who's
talk?
getting something out of fucking somebody? Because I literally don't do that.
It just sounds like y'all taking it personal, baby girls,
I
and I'm not
don't.
trying to
I know,
offend
you
y'all.
wanted to take it there.
All
You
I'm
wanted us to go
doing,
personal.
You want to prove a point.
All I'm
You love to
doing
argue.
is
You love
saying-
to go back to the
Girl,
facts
be
and to
personal.
what's the other word that she said? I don't
both of
remember.
y'all talking at the same
the fact
time.
they're
I don't
here-
know. I don't hear it.
I don't
I don't
know
hear
that
nobody
argue.
with y'all talking at the same time.
Because
So
you
if both of
speak so
y'all want
much.
to
Maybe
talk
let other people
separately,
speak.
speak. You ain't saying nothing all week. You ain't
Bitch,
saying
I
nothing
don't
all
have to say
day.
it.
You ain't saying
You guys
nothing
just
all
ignite
day,
it.
and I'm gonna be that bitch.
Be it. I don't give
Keep
a fuck.
saying it. You do give a fuck because
I
you over
don't.
here in this little ass red dress talking about nothing.
Bitch, tell me the word red. Like,
What's wrong with her?
Yeah.
What are we
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
about?
See what I'm saying?
What are we talking about?
We're talking about
Because all it does is sound like all of
We're
y'all are
hoes.
taking
The
offense.
only
to what I'm
Yes, are
saying.
you okay?
Y'all can't
Are you
accept
okay
y'all
that
truth.
she called
And
you a
that's not
hoe?
my
I said
problem.
I'm not a hoe.
Y'all
We said
cannot
we're
accept
proud
y'all
of
truth,
doing
and
all
that's not my
that. We
problem.
don't have an issue. I'm not.
Ladies, never do sex work. The information can be used against you at any moment of your life. You're always going to have to carry around this level of shame.
A hoe, but if you want to say I'm a hoe, bitch, it's not your opinion. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So
not a hoe.
I can have an opinion, right?
The
I
only
never
reason we
said
got
that.
irritated- the only
Where are
reason
you getting
I
this
got
from?
irritated
Let's get
was
the
because you
rewind.
said,
Let's get
"You're
back.
not
Did I say
proud.
that?
You're not proud.
I
You're
don't
not
think I
proud.
said that.
You're the one bragging about all
What
the
was the
people you
question?
slept with. Have you seen us trying to like push our business onto these, people? Although y'all can go subscribe to my page. But have you seen us doing that? You don't even work for that industry. So why are you bragging about sleeping with all of these men as a way to get what kind of attention? And it's for free?
Who was bragging about people I slept with? Who did that?
You
So
were.
I did that?
Yeah.
You fact checking me
I
now?
felt that you were bragging.
Now you're wrong.
That's my
first one.
perspective.
And now you're saying that I'm proud. Now you're shaming me for being proud because now it just sounds like you're upset that I'm proud to be who I am.
I'm upset
and you
that
are not,
said,
and I'm
"Y'all
calling
are
that into
upset.
question.
Y'all aren't proud of yourselves, and y'all aren't proud of yourselves just because we're not boastful about the things that we do sexually with other people. We haven't talked about it. You have.
But if
you
you're
want to
gonna
talk
do
about it and then call
something-
us hoes when you're like boasting and bragging, and for what? Where's the link? You're just telling us stories.
She's gonna open it. She's
so that they
promoting.
can just picture it in
Don't
their
you
head,
know
like,
it's actually
just free
better?
marketing for what? Why would we waste our time like that?
She's promoting already.
Okay.
She's
if
gonna
you're
open one,
going
guys.
to
probably
do
is.
something, then do it. That's all I'm saying.
We are doing
We
it.
do it,
Literally
yeah, and
are.
all I
How do you
said
think they got
proudly
here,
was
baby?
energy doesn't lie. You over here whispering, yeah, I do OnlyFans. I don't do
I
that. I don't
have
do that.
one question.
Energy don't lie. If you do it,
I
you
have a
do it.
question.
Now you mad because I'm
I got one
proud.
question.
You mad because I'm confident.
Nobody's mad
That's
about
all
you.
it sounds like to me.
Nobody's mad or worried
That's
about
all
you.
it sounds like to me.
To be honest, like
Because I ain't
She
say,
needs
if
some
y'all
help.
really heard me, I didn't say nothing wrong. I'm on y'all side, but y'all can't see that because all you hear is what you feel.
No, you
Being-
weren't.
The dark-skinned girl's got a point. Energy don't lie. And that shame's written all over your face. And everyone can see it. On to the next.
That's what I call a chain reaction.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies. It's the media that's been leading you, I'll show you a thing. Misdirection, what's the message? They don't want you to win.
As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.